Hello, bloody Australia,
Shit.
bloody YouTube. Here we go.
Fucking
Shelter
hell.
Footy Cast. Look, I'm a little
is this
disappointed.
Shelter Footy Cast?
Oh, yeah, this is the Shelter Footy Cast, mate.
Fuck, okay, there you go.
We can have a shelter.
I'm definitely going to have a shelter, a pale ale.
So welcome to the last hour of trade period. What an uneventful time we've had over the last 2 weeks, but we're here to bring you all the action, Hammer.
It's been a big morning.
Yeah, it's been a bit...
Massive morning,
it's
actually.
been big 24 hours.
Yeah, a bit happened yesterday too.
Big 24 hours. So I'm a little disappointed we don't have the intro music, but you know where you are. The Shelter Footy Cast, welcome.
Yep.
You're on BackChat effectively as well. We like to do things together here. Yep. Deluche has joined us.
Deluche has joined us. There was contention around him, start of trades ages ago, trade talks, but not anymore. He's locked away.
So this is a bit of a hybrid BackChat, Shelter Footy Cast, live edition for the last hour of trade period. That's right. There is 1 hour to go, a little under 1 hour to go, 58 minutes to be precise in the trade period. Plenty of things to go through. Daniel Const on the microphone over the back. Hello, Dan.
Just want to let you guys know that I do have one ear on Trade Radio and one eye as well, and there's lots of action in the corridors of wherever they are. There's
Geelong.
agents
I
walking
see
around
Geelong.
everywhere. There's
Bailey Smith.
They're running around.
Does
running
Bailey
around.
Smith have his
Great.
top off? Paul Connors, does he manage Bailey Smith? I see Paul Connors absolutely living on Andrew Mackey. Like literally all. Is that his manager? Is that Bailey Smith's manager?
Yes, it is. I think so.
So who have we got to go? Barris,
The big ones we're
Bailey
watching.
Smith.
Bailey Smith, Barris. We're talking the package.
Yeah,
On
Stringer
again,
hasn't
off again
gone
with
anywhere
GWS. We need to break that down a little bit. What's happened
yet.
today?
Oh, yeah, fuck me, we do. Stringer has to find a way to
Jack
get done.
McCratis and Kilda.
McCratis and Kilda.
Peatling to Adelaide. Xavier O'Halloran to
I
Western
thought
Bulldogs.
Peatling was coming to West Coast for a hot minute there.
Well, apparently the trade deal has paused with Adelaide.
Yeah, Dev Robinson,
and West Coast.
maybe?
No, well, apparently that's off.
Yep.
But that's to go
West
through.
Coast, Peatling coming to West Coast.
Luke Parker to North.
Yeah, that needs to get done.
Caleb Daniel to North.
Yep.
North. The boners need to get moving a
The
little
boners need to get going.
bit. So there's a fair bit to cover. I will tell you off the top, right? There's plenty of organisations out there doing this sort of thing right now.
Exact same thing.
Where we got Trade Radio, we got Channel 7, the 7 Plus is going on. They've got Mitch Cleary and Kate Massey, breaking stories. We're going to do this BackChat and Shelter Footy Cast edition, right? We're not going to speak to groundbreaking AFL news breakers. We're going to look at this from a Hamish Brayshaw, Will Schofield point of view, right? So right now, Paul Connors looks to be, I think, scheduling more Bailey Smith content with Geelong. Andrew Mackey's on his phone right now.
Paul Connors is wearing cotton on jocks, I think, is what we've. I think that was word coming out of the camp.
Yes, correct.
Bailey Smith was at the gym this morning. Just put another selfie up of him getting a pump on.
It wasn't at the Bulldogs gym.
No, it was just a random gym, a local gym.
He hasn't been in the Bulldogs gym for years. No. So we're going to be covering all that. We got special guests joining us. I believe Chris Maston, former and current, actually, premiership player of the West Coast Eagles, former West Coast Eagles, joins us.
That's big.
He's got some thoughts on the state of the AFL media that he'd like to share with us.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear Masto's thoughts on what's happening at GWS.
Daniel Bradshaw, Street X extraordinaire businessman, will be joining us at some stage.
He knows heaps about the trades, does he?
I don't know. He releases AFL merch all the time, and he's keen to tell us what he thinks about what's going on.
I'd love to hear it.
I believe Eddie Simpson from Hello Sport Podcast will be joining us. Big NRL man.
Yeah, wonder how he'll go. Did the NRL do a trade period like this?
I think this is a good little segue into maybe GWS because they are based in Sydney, the Hello Sport boys.
They are.
GWS. Can you give me how you're reading this? I didn't get time to chat to you before we got on air what's happened. I've found out what's happened. I have got to the bottom of it.
I am under the impression that they had their Wacky Wednesday / Mad Monday at a pub somewhere.
Which every single club has done forever.
Forever.
That's not...
Chicken Smallhorn would have done it in 1932.
Who's Chicken Smallhorn?
Alfred Chicken Smallhorn.
Who's that?
I don't know. I think he won a Brownlow in like 1930 something. Anyway, he would have done it way back when. So it's not new.
Okay.
I am under the impression, and I've heard, that they were at a pub doing celebrity couples was the theme. There were some skits that went down that were... Some unsavoury, some a bit distasteful, and someone...
And that can be confirmed.
That can be confirmed, yeah. There was some distasteful...
distaste.
Yeah. But one of the bar staff has seen it and apparently reported it.
Which I think is okay as well. It's okay. It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What is not okay?
Is a $20,000 fine to the captain.
For mine.
For being...
Toby Green copping a fine for lack of leadership. And that is like quote unquote.
Yeah.
not being a good enough leader. Here's 20 grand. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, in that
Are
case,
you fucking kidding me? No. Can I go?
You go.
I'm angry.
Yeah, sure.
Anything that ever happens, is the captain's fault.
Yep.
Someone knocks someone out in the field.
Captain,
fine. 20 grand. Fine them. Anything happens off the field relating to anybody, fine them.
Captain's fault.
Do you understand
It's the stupidest thing ever. But so that's obviously come from Andrew Dillon and Laura Kane, the heads of the AFL.
Yes.
As captains of the AFL, those two, I'd propose this. Why don't we fine both of them $1 million for their sheer lack of leadership this year? How fucking shit has this year been from a leadership point of view from the AFL?
Lack of leadership.
What
What's happened? Daniel Bradshaw. Gucci smoothie.
He looks like Sam Collins right now. Wow.
Hello, my good friend. How are you?
Mate, the AFL Oracle is feeling good, boys.
Yes.
Now we've got a bit of a no one knows what we're fucking talking about vibe to today's show, Daniel. And I thought, who better get on that has no fucking idea with what he's talking about than Daniel Bradshaw of Street X?
I've just fined Laura Kane and Andrew Dillon $1 million each for lack of leadership. So what do you think?
What say you? Talk to us about the AFL trade period, mate. What are your insights?
What are you,
mate? I was actually quite impressed by you, Scully. For once in your life, you've done something good and actually made a good bit of content, because your summary of the West Coast Eagles was bang on, mate.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they haven't done anything good since they fucking got rid of you, mate, and that fucking hairline. But since then, nothing good's happened. I don't know what is going on down there. So they need me to fucking take the helm.
I thought what I was impressed with, Street X, of course, an iconic Western Australian streetwear brand here in Western Australia, but taking over the world. What I was impressed with, Liam Baker signs with the West Coast Eagles last night.
Yep.
As of this morning, as far as I can tell, the picture you sent of your staff through to me, you have Liam Baker on the tools working for Street X right now. Is that correct? Is he working for you already?
Mate, well, the Eagles certainly don't put him to work, mate. They don't know how to do content themselves, so it'd be better served if he was, mate.
Okay, very good. Daniel Const has got something.
Just a bit of an update on the corridors at Trade Radio HQ.
Bailey Smith there
has been seen shaking a hand of someone.
Fine him. He works for the AFL, doesn't he, Steve Hocking? Fine him.
I don't know, but there's a handshake.
Yeah,
and
that's a shit fight.
They were talking about
50,000
the handshake, whether or not that means new player has been signed somewhere,
right,
or if a deal is getting close. So just an update on Steve Hocking.
So Steve Hocking has shook a hand.
That's correct.
Hands have been shaken. Daniel Bradshaw, Liam Baker to the football. Are you a West Coast man? I don't know who you go for.
I'm a bit all over the shop, mate. I follow certain players. Liam Ryan down at the Eagles is one of my top picks. So, of course, keep a close eye on what he's doing down at the Eagles.
Nothing more than Street X and selling rugs.
I have to keep our top rug salesman under wraps, mate. But I think I'm a Freo man at heart.
Yep.
As sad as it is to say that. But we've just got fucking Mr. Bolton, mate. So you never know what's going to happen.
He's one of your boys as well, isn't he? Shea Bolton. He's a Street X
great model, mate. He knows how to act, knows how to kick a footy too, mate.
If you had one of those sticks with a little ball on the end, you could pass as blind with those, Sonnies. Look at him. There is not a single bit of UV rays getting in there. Look left and look right. That is protection. Oh, shit, yeah. How good's Trade Radio chat? Just a blind man.
Hey, I got to, before we let you go, Dan, I've got to ask you, do you think Tom Barrass deal gets done, mate? Hawthorn West Coast? Like, give us your thoughts. Does that deal get done?
I think Eagles, the West Coast Eagles are on their knees, and it has to go through. It's sad to say that Schofield's actually got something right this trade period, but he has been bang on for once in his life about the Eagles. And I think we'll go back after this trade period to Scully being wrong about absolutely everything.
Hang on. I'm just thinking to myself, right, we got the AFL merch being rolled out by Street X this year. I don't know if anyone's seen it. The official stuff, it looks very fucking nice. It's disappointing to have to compliment you, but you've done a good job over there. Thanks,
So
Dan.
is this the first year that's happened?
Well, I think maybe first
Officially?
official.
Yeah, okay, so it didn't happen last year.
Last year was the smaller one, but this one's the proper one.
Didn't happen last year, lack of leadership, 20,000.
I'm thinking
20,000
of who modelled them. It was Liam Baker.
Yep.
It was Shea Bolton, right? And they both end up in Western Australia. Are you the maestro? Are you pulling the puppet strings over there?
Mate, as I said, they don't call me the Oracle for no reason.
No one calls you the Oracle. Get back to work. You're having waters. We're having beers. Mate, thanks for joining us, Daniel. Good luck.
Daniel.
Anytime, mate. See you later, ladies.
There we go. Go and get yourself some Street X.
So that's confirmed. Anyone you see in a Street X ad coming to Perth?
Mate, it actually is.
West Coast or Freo.
Any other movement over there, Daniel?
Trade Radio is having a break, so they're just putting footage of the clubs in their little offices doing things. A few bits of laughter, a few handshakes here and there.
If you are joining us on YouTube, I'd like to hear your questions. Hamish and I will get into them in our own way. So Dan, you can feed us some.
I've got one already for you. Hammer, what's your favourite trade so far?
My favourite trade so far that's a really good question. I'll tell you what, actually, no, my favourite trade is the Richmond trade for Dan Rioli.
Yes.
Because that is a really, really good example of a football club just saying, hey, I know you want this bloke. I'm just not giving him to you for anything unless we really, really agree on it.
Dan Rioli, a third-round pick, which is currently 51, and 3 third-round picks, 61, 70, and 76. Richmond receives a first-round pick number 6, a second-round pick number 23. So effectively, Dan Rioli some steak knives for 6 and 23.
And Dan Rioli, I reckon he's a good player, just want to be an F.
That's overs.
He's not a top 50 player in the competition.
That's overs.
There is more than 50 players in the comp that are better than him.
We love Dan Rioli.
Love him.
He'd play in the back line.
And he's gone for pick 6 and pick 23. And they're like, that is how to play hardball for a player when you know that the other team wants him. West Coast, hope you saw that. That's my favourite trade.
Got another question for you. Has Scully ever been involved in trade talks?
No. No, he hasn't.
You know what? I could have been a boner.
Could you?
Mate, North Melbourne, at some point in the middle part of my career when I was a player, player's going to play, North Melbourne inquired. I was contracted. The goal sticks have moved, mate. Like, crazy. Back in the day, you were contracted and you had to see out your contract. True. Like, you couldn't just do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Do you want to hear? I don't think I've ever told this before. I got it wasn't an unofficial. It was almost an official offer from Fremantle. 2 years into my I had 2 years at West Coast. Didn't get my contract for the third year. I got rookied, and in my exit interview, they were like, "We want to, we're not sure. We're going to delist you, maybe re-rookie you, blah blah blah. But if you want to go anywhere else, like, we're happy to try and help out." I didn't say anything, and then my manager also managed Andrew. Said Fremantle are somewhat interested. Anyway, I said, "Fuck yeah, go for it." He came back to me like a week and a half later, being like, they're here, like, we're talking and we've got a 2-year deal, a 2-year offer, essentially.
Yes. That
is pretty much ready to be given to you or offered to you. The next week I was at the Brownlow with Nick Nat for his, as his date to the Brownlow. Nat Fife won. I was up in the room drinking with him and all the boys afterwards. And Jason Dover, who was Nat's manager, was like calling him my captain for next year, worked in the same agency as TLA. So it was like, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to Freo for another 2 years. And then they signed Will Brodie about a week later. So I was meant to catch up with, I was in Melbourne. I was meant to have a meeting with Peter Bell when I was over there, ring-a-ding-a-ling. And then they said, actually, let's hold off on it. And then they signed Will Brodie and I was done.
Can I give you one more thing?
Yeah, keep feeding
The GWS have released a statement. Would you like me to read it out?
I'd love to hear it.
Club statement from the Giants. The Giants confirmed yesterday the club is aware of allegations of inappropriate behaviour at the players' end-of-season event last month.
Can't deny it.
The club, actually, you know what? Bring in Masto for this because he's here.
Yeah, Chris Maston, welcome.
Chris Maston.
Cheers, Masto.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Hello, mate. We're just quickly reading out a statement from the GWS Giants. The club is taking the matter very seriously and acted swiftly upon the receipt of the concerns. All parties have cooperated fully with the AFL to ensure the allegations are fully investigated. Some of the allegations are distressing and entirely contrary to the club's values and policies. There is also a level of misinformation and rumour being circulated, which is entirely inappropriate, particularly when the investigation is ongoing. The club will comment further once the outcomes of the investigation are finalised.
Well, I believe there's going to be some outcomes announced tomorrow. So I believe GWS players are putting their submissions through to the crew that we're fined $1 million each.
Yep.
And then tomorrow the AFL is going to hand out some stuff. Matt, so I don't know if you've been watching across socials, but Toby Green today has rumoured to have been fined $20,000, not for dressing up as anyone or doing something bad, but for a lack of leadership and not telling players to, I don't know what he's meant to have done, but $20,000, Matt, so how's that sit with you, my friend?
Look, an uneducated answer here. But I suppose that's allowed because Kane Corn fucking continues to talk shit constantly. So I just don't know what the issue is. How are you getting fined 20 grand for anything? And also, what have they done? Have they was someone late to choir practice? Or
I'm unsure at this stage. We are yet to chase down the choir practice schedule.
Yeah, we're yet to chase down. So from what I'm understanding, there has been some dress ups, some celebrity couples that were unsavoury. And like, okay,
there's some
sweet.
distaste.
There's some distaste there. Like, you can laugh at some stuff. You can look at a thing and say, fuck, that's probably not funny. Maybe that's going a bit overs. Who cares? $20,000 for that. Like, I'll use the Josh Giddey one as example.
Yeah.
Someone apparently dressed up as Josh Giddey and bought a blow-up doll as his celebrity partner because Josh Giddey was reportedly with an underage person. He got fined nothing. This person's getting fined 20 grand. Josh Giddey was like... Yeah. That is apparently the fucking... Like... Seriously, there's some bad taste left in the mouth, but fuck, 20 grand for lack of leadership is bullshit.
Hey, Masto, there's 43 minutes left in trade period. Our good mate Tom Barris, the deal has not gone through yet. We are on tenterhooks with this one, Hawthorn and West Coast. Tell me with your very educated expert AFL opinion what you think is going to go down here.
Oh, look, I'm not very confident. I've never Googled someone's name so many times other than myself in the last 24 hours. And they're giving it fuck all in the Victorian media. There's no update. So that kind of concerns me a little bit. I'm worried for TB. I hope it goes through. What is the issue there as well? West Coast want more than they fucking need? Or
I'm glad you asked.
What is the go?
So West Coast believe they're in a position of power, which they may be to a point. He's contracted, he's a vice captain, he's a good player, he's a premiership player, he's a good bloke.
Dan Rioli's just gone for basically 2 first-rounders.
Correct. So West Coast want 2 first-rounders for him. So all of those things I said are correct. Like that is fact. But what is also fact is he can't be that important to you because the rug pulling that he spoke about and that West Coast has kind of avoided, West Coast pulled the rug. So they didn't care that much. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't go...
Weren't they going to pay some of his salary?
Well, correct. Correct.
Yeah, they really want him. Like, I want to say so many things, but again, don't want to be Kane Corns about it and say stuff without me knowing the full story.
Well, basically, West Coast want 2 first-rounders. Hawthorn want to trade a first and a second and get back a third. I saw just on socials before, Hawthorn's future second... when they win the flag next year, will be pick 18. Pick 36. Yeah. West Coast, when they get a wooden spoon next year, their future third will be pick 37. So they want to flip those picks, right? So basically, Hawthorn don't want to sell the farm for Tom Barris. They don't want to give away 2 first rounders.
They've got Frosty.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just hope it gets done, Chris. I hope the actual deal gets done.
I really hope it gets done too because I've ordered my Hawthorn number plates and I've joined the cheer squad. So it's going to be fucking embarrassing if TB's not there.
Is Masto wearing the same shirt Daniel was wearing?
I don't know.
I reckon he could be.
It's bloody hot. We just had Dan Bradshaw on from Street X, which is very good.
Some comments on YouTube talking about Chris Marston being pick number 3, of course, linked heavily to West Coast just recently giving up Liam Baker.
Wow. So you were...
I would have traded the pick as well then. Good job, West Coast. I think it's a great deal.
So are you the greatest number 3 draft pick since, I don't know, ever?
Was Juddy pick 3?
Yeah, I think Juddy was 3, but I was trying to avoid that.
I'm pretty sure Gaffey was 3 too, so I'm like way down the list. That's all right. I gave it everything.
You've got a flag and Gaffey doesn't.
That would hurt. That would hurt a bit.
Yeah, well, it's true. It was his own fault.
Oh. Salty about it still, the Brayshaws, they're hating him.
Nah, we love him. We're fine with him, mate.
But the thing is with Gaffey, we've spoken about this before. I still can't believe that happened. But anyway, it won the flag, so it didn't win Gaffey one, but I got one.
I can't support any of this. So there's a couple of other things to go through the table. I know for a fact, Chris, that you are a big Bailey Smith man. I mean, who isn't? But Bailey Smith, is he the hottest AFL player to be running around since Chris Maston?
Yeah, mate. He looks good. He looks real good. Almost too good, though. Like, I'm a little bit concerned now.
Yeah. Have you seen a better rig in your time than him?
Nah, well, my son, but he's only 7. And I don't feed him or anything. So, But yeah, Bailey Smith, can he play footy? I don't know. I don't see much of the Bulldogs. He's got really good hair. Pretty dude. What do they want? He's going to the draft though. Can TB go to the draft?
No. If
TB's
TB doesn't get done in the next 39 minutes, he's
done.
playing for West Coast and probably forever because he'll be 30 years old next year. He won't be worth what he's worth right now.
No.
I'm starting to get actually quite concerned.
His
I
back
haven't seen
might break
any
next year and he might have to retire.
Well, correct. I haven't seen any vision of Hawthorn. I haven't seen any vision of West Coast.
Daniel's got his hand up.
I've got one for you, a boner update for you.
Oh, a boner
Here you go.
update, a massive...
So this is from Mitch Cleary a minute ago. Sydney small forward Jacob Constanti, I think his name is.
Jacob Castagna.
No, Constanti, apparently here on the tweet, is attempting to get to North Melbourne as part of the Luke Parker deal.
Jason Castagna.
The Kangaroos like him
Who's
and are looking
Jacob
for a
Costanti?
small forward.
Can I get some information on Jacob Costanti?
Jacob Costanti.
I'll find out for you.
Can you get some information, please?
George Castagna.
We're going inside the Western Bulldogs war room. Chris Grant is mowing. All I can say, the best to describe it, he is mowing his way through a packet of popcorn, which is sitting in the middle of their trade desk. So big news there at the Western Bulldogs.
Massive news.
What's the setup in these rooms? Are they all next to each other or they got their own room?
I've never seen Jason Costanti in my life. I've got a photo here of Jacob Costanti.
Can we get that up here at all?
Yeah, I've never seen him.
Just can you get us off and show Jacob Costanti?
If you put Jacob Costanti in front of me and said...
I want to show Masto who Jacob Costanti is because he apparently
wants to get into North.
He is the absolute figurehead
of this North Melbourne deal. He's the puzzle that'll get that done. What's going on in the war rooms?
Yeah, so in the war rooms...
Are they at their own club or are they all at one place? Probably at their own club.
At the war rooms, we are talking... it's all in... No, it's at Trade House. It's at the Trade House. They're just big rooms and they're all sitting around a big table. It's like draft night.
Yeah.
Except some of these clubs won't be doing anything. They've got 8 people in the room. Look at... Can we see Jacob? Can you see that, Masto, or not? You won't be able to see it.
I can't see shit. I can only see you two ugly pricks.
Google Jacob.
How tall is he? That's all I care about. How tall?
How tall?
He's 177.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Got
this
him.
Be funny. Josh Rotham's just texted us. How do you cunts not know who Jacob Costanti is? Here is a pic. It'll be a photo of him with it. I know exactly what photo's going to come.
Well, is Josh Rotham getting traded? Is he rumoured to be? Can we ask Josh Rotham? Maybe Josh Rotham wants to join us on BackChat.
I already asked. He said no.
Okay. So in the YouTube comments, no super comments coming through, Dan.
There was one super comment with nothing in it. I think they just wanted to give us a bit of money. But apparently Paul Connors has been seen to be running around the rooms at the Trade HQ.
So we have had a photo come in of Jacob
Roth,
Costanti.
yeah.
It looks remarkably like Justin Kazitsky. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Masto, can I ask you, mate, you were running around in pink, you were barking orders out in the field, you were hugging blokes after milestone goals, you were a part of the fabric. Why are you not running for West Coast anymore?
I thought we've chatted about this, haven't we?
I don't know.
I got sick of hearing Simo's messages that I didn't want to run, quite frankly. No,
are you going to put in a resubmission for an application for a job with Andrew McWalter with Mini?
I was going to go for Hawthorn if TB got traded. I was going for that running job, but that's gone to shit, hasn't it? It's not good.
That'd be a bloody club to be with, Hawthorn.
That'd be good.
I'm up about for him.
I'm banging on about it all the time, but imagine how good it would be with Sam Mitchell, Adrian Hickmott, and Tom Barris at Hawthorn.
Mate, it's like 3 of the greatest footy people that you can be involved with,
and
I reckon. You've got TB, the smartest, dumbest prick you've ever seen. Hick, you just want to hug, but also he wants to bash you. And then Mitch just like overseeing everyone and like pulling his little strings and making a shit team hell good. So I'll be really upset if TB doesn't go.
You'd love Jack Ginnivan though, surely.
Yeah, I like that. I like the kids that are allowed to be themselves. Like, and I spoke to Hickett about this at a funeral, unfortunately, that he was saying like these kids, they have to tick all these boxes before they're allowed to go and do that. Like, You can't go and be a dickhead or, you know, to everyone else's eyes, be a dickhead and be yourself and show all this attitude unless you're doing X, Y, Z. But they're doing X, Y, Z, plus. So let them go.
And without knowing what's happened at GWS, like some of that concerns me a little bit. Yes.
I'm on this call, Bubba. Sorry. Daughter's here. Bubba, Stevie, give me a second.
Say hi to Stevie. Yeah, some of that stuff annoys me with in terms of character. I don't know how far the line's gone there then. Hey, Masto, we're going to let you go. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure. Thanks, Masto.
Does TB deal get done or not?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Right.
I'm going to go to church now and pray.
Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy church.
I'm going to get another beer for us.
Chris Maston joining us live from his house, I can only assume. Let me just tell you, with 34 minutes remaining until deadline day is done, there has not been one deal done in the last hour. Not one thing has happened on deadline day. All these rumoured deals to have been done with Barris and Smith and McRae and Peatley and Halloran and Parker and Daniel, all these ones, none of them have moved. None of them are getting done. Are we holding these for a quick run at the final countdown? I don't know. I don't really know what we're doing here. A comment from Derek on YouTube. If the trade period was 30 minutes long, the number of completed trades would be exactly the same. I kind of agree with you, Derek. This isn't the first time that these clubs are sitting down in the same area all year. In fact, there's a little thing called Zoom and Google Meet that you can jump on and talk shit with other people. They know what's going on. So, look, I can only assume there's about to be a big run of things happen. All I am seeing over on the coverage of this whole thing, Paul Connors is sitting in the Geelong war room next to Andrew Mackey, who is the list manager of Geelong, I believe.
So is he the player manager of...
He's the player manager of Bailey Smith, I believe.
Yeah.
He's sitting there like he's a part of their team. This is what I was talking about yesterday on the Shelter Footy Cast Down. Player managers, list managers, this is just a roundabout way that they all get to just look it over each other and make sure what's going on. Why are we doing it like this? Surely this can be done over a few emails. Like, why is Paul Connors in there with his laptop next to the Geelong? Like, what's happening in there, Paul?
It doesn't make much sense.
We do have a super comment from
Super
Riley, someone saying, "Hi, Jake Waterman here. Give me a call. I have news." And we also have another guest ready for you on the show.
Who? Surprise guest, Eddie Simpson of the Hello Sport podcast. How are you, mate?
G'day, boys. How are we?
Sensational.
Is it just me? He look $1 million.
Yeah, you look $1 million today.
What's happened? You've had a trim?
Are you sitting on the hood of your car?
Put a rinse through the hair? What's going on?
Nah, car's behind, mate. I haven't put a rinse through. I've just had a good couple of days, boys. I'm feeling fresh, feeling great. I'm loving that this is what trade deadline night or something like this in the AFL.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't missed a beat. I haven't missed a second.
You blokes don't do this in NRL. You just go and you just sign blokes. And then the one day a message come out, hey, we just signed this bloke from the country. He's good. Cheers.
Mate, it's very fucking weird over here. You can't start talking to another club until after, I think November 30 for the year after next. If you do that, then you're in big trouble, but everyone does it anyway. It's all very, very strange over here. No trades. You can backflip on deals if you want, which has happened a couple of times. Like Cherry Evans, captain of Manly, he signed with the Titans, was like they locked him in. Basically, they're 7 for the next 10 years. And then after a couple of months, he got over it and came back to Manly. So you can do that.
The deal had been done, like he was there, and then all of a sudden...
Some of these NRL captains are just running around like...
Fine them $20,000 for lack of leadership.
Fine them 20, lack of leadership.
Yes, Dan. We've got a tweet here from Ryan Daniels a couple of minutes ago.
Has he tweeted us?
No, not tweeted us, just tweeted out to the audience. One recent discussion for the Tom Barris deal, Barris and a future third to Hawthorn, and in return, a future first and 2 future second rounders to West Coast. 37 minutes remain.
Wow. So one of our good friends, I know it's exciting stuff here.
That's big stuff for you.
Mate, so the only thing is here, this is a big friend of the family. Like this is top 5 friends of the BackChat community, Tom Barris, right? He's a good man.
Okay.
He's been slated to be traded to Hawthorn with 30...
Said a goodbye speech at the best and fairest.
Yeah, like this is happening.
Said, see you later, everybody. Yep, I'm going.
30 minutes remaining.
And what it hasn't gone through.
30 minutes remaining. Like they're at loggerheads, mate. The deal's locked up.
At the moment. They're playing a great game of chicken.
Now you're excited.
Do you get that often in the AFL? You do a farewell speech because you're like, I'm getting traded, and you just never do, and you got to go back into training in November.
It does.
Sorry, boys.
I forgot that. Sorry about that.
So that's literally with this deal.
Yep.
That's what's happening. He's got 3 years left remaining. He's the vice captain of West Coast.
He won't be next year if he stays. I can't imagine he holds that. Fuck.
So, back on the NRL v Sydney top operation, the GWS Giants.
Oh yeah, you have to have seen this.
So this is over in your neck of the woods. Toby Green, the captain of GWS, has been fined because the rest of his players were dressed up as silly things, and we don't know exactly what they were dressed up as, so we're not trying to offend anybody. But no. Toby was dressed up as Ray Gun, which I find highly offensive. But not as offensive as her performance, which we covered live. We were the first to do that in the world, by the way.
I was watching that live and talking about her pooing on stage.
How do you feel about Toby Green copping 20 grand for fine for lack of leadership?
Yeah. Was it for lack of leadership, or was he getting fined 20 grand for dressing up as Ray Gun?
Couldn't have done that.
Have we worked out what that was for?
It was lack of leadership. It was the lack of the ability to tell other people not to do it.
Yeah.
What's the world coming to? Like, is that now a prerequisite that if you don't tell blokes exactly what to wear, you're going to get a 20 grand fine?
It's fucking ridiculous.
Mate,
that is an insane amount of money.
Does that happen in the NRL? Are you pulling that in the NRL?
20 grand? Nah.
I feel like blokes are dressing a lot worse than Ray Gun in the NRL.
Mate, there's blokes, there's a lot of nudity in the NRL. There's a lot of penis stuff in the NRL, usually put them into schooner glasses or urinating in your own mouth.
Well, that's funny.
I don't know if I think that's pretty play on, to be honest. I don't think the fines are as high as 20 grand.
After the Penrith win, there was something that did the rounds. Doesn't matter how hard you blokes celebrate, you're not going to be celebrating as hard as this South Sydney Rabbitohs fan. Remember that video from about 10 years ago where it was live streaming in the street and the blokes just whipped his cock out and started doing a windmill on Channel 9?
Yes.
Here we go, Dan.
Sorry, we got an update.
We got an update.
We got an update, Eddie. Trade update.
This is from Kane Corns.
Okay.
Kane Corns believes dress-ups should be banned on Mad Monday, and Damien Barrett has doubled down, saying Mad Monday should be banned altogether.
No.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. You're getting absolutely punked.
Riley has just put that through on the live run sheet, and I trust Riley.
Kane Corns has not said that.
You know that I'm a big fan of Kane.
Yeah, Kane's
but
lying.
I've seen multiple things from Kane come across the desk that tells me he's never been to a Mad Monday in his fucking life.
No, or he's just or they're hoping they don't pull up the old photos of him and Chad going as Cardinal George Pell and the like.
Did that happen?
Well, probably.
Okay, yeah,
just
correct.
made that up.
Eddie,
sorry, Chad, you definitely didn't.
Is
do
it
that.
Mad Monday in the NRL?
Yeah, there is. Because of past fuck-ups, though, Scully, they've had to really tighten things up. They all have chaperones. They like to do them in, private settings. So they'll book them, private clubs, private houses, private areas where there's no one else is around. Very controlled.
Right. Well,
very controlled.
That's what GWS did, and the bartender was basically a rat. And
well, I know, and went straight to the media, which is so dog.
Mm-hmm. That is so shit. I mean,
that's so shit. The boys are just trying to have a couple of beers. Listen, I wasn't there, so I don't know what they got up to. But I don't think you need to be going straight to the media because that reeks of you just trying to sell a story.
Mate, before we let you go, we've got to get your take on this Tom Barrass situation. Does he get to Hawthorn? We need to know from Sydney's greatest AFL. This is from the man, by the way. Eddie Simpson revealed on the podcast to us that he was going to nominate for the AFL draft under father-son, me being his father, he being my son, after an adoption process. Yeah. Does Barrass get to Hawthorn?
Listen, as a man on the outside looking in, I want him to walk back into preseason training having told the boys he was leaving. So I'm going to vote that he stays.
Wow, that's huge.
That's what I want to see.
That is.
And also, fuck Hawthorn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they've had their moment in the sun. They've won too many flags.
Yeah, correct. I would agree with that.
Yep.
Mate, I would like to finish on the fact that I watched the NRL Grand Final live from Bali. I was on holiday. I could only describe that the scene I was involved in was just a bunch of Sydney-siders drinking bintangs, getting pissed.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's New South Wales spirit, baby. That's how we do it over here.
I was told that game was as good as your game has. People loved that game.
Mate, from a purist perspective, I was absolutely fucking loving it. Because it was tight, no one was giving an inch. It was like thoroughbreds going up against each other. basically the comp this year was just waiting for the grand final because everyone knew after a month who was the best side. So it was sick to see. And 4 straight is just absurd. Like, absolutely ridiculous.
4 straight for Penrith is off its head.
That's crazy going.
It's off its head, mate. It's absolutely off its head.
Yep.
And previously, until the Chooks won 2 straight 18-19, there hadn't been someone go back-to-back since, like, the early 90s. Brisbane did it. So it's been sort of rare to even go back-to-back. So for a team to win 4 straight, it's just absurd.
Maybe they trade for Tom
Absolutely
Barras.
absurd.
TB has
Maybe
a bit of rugby in
TB
him.
goes to Penrith.
What about getting him to Manly?
Yeah,
he'd be what are they in front row? He'd be just smacking blokes. He's a big 6'5".
Yeah, baby, that's what we need that at Manly. Just a bloke who's going to get up there and chuck a bit of nut off the back fence.
Bit of heart. A bit of heart.
Bit of ticker. Go. Bit of ticker.
I like that.
All right, bit of ticker. We're going to let you go. Look, I can only imagine that Eddie is some sort of like a French like winery or something. There's a lot of greenery.
Looks like he's
mate.
At the entrance to an Avery or something.
Spring has sprung.
Is this your house?
Yeah, mate, it is.
Fuck
just a rental.
hell.
It's nice.
Hello Sport, new set,
Sport,
new houses, Audi in the fucking front. Just get out of here. You bloody two. No, thank you very much for joining us.
I've got a couple of steaks on, boys, so I've got to run.
Oh, brilliant.
Bye-bye.
That'll be well done at this
See you,
point.
boys.
There we go.
Massive
Eddie
trade
Simpson.
news.
What's happened?
Massive trade news.
What's happened?
Chad Warner.
No.
He's staying at Sydney. He's not doing anything. He's gone nowhere. He's gone nowhere. So
You should have dragged that on for a little bit
that'll
more.
be next year, I reckon.
Has anything happened while we've been taking his life? Has there been one trade go through?
No.
I'm serious.
Can we talk about the...
Connors has left the Geelong room.
There's a new offer, apparently.
The offer?
For Peatling.
Peatling?
Yep.
James?
So there's a new offer going around for that, so I'll keep you updated on that one.
Okay. What's the offer?
What's the offer?
I'm not sure. Apparently Damon Barrett just said there's a new offer on the table and we'll get back to you.
Yeah,
Wait,
cool.
Tigers received 42 as compensation. Oh, that was Jack Graham, which was done about
Tell you what I'd like the AFL to look into for next year.
Yes. Sorry, we've just gone to another room here, but yes.
The just have a live stream and have Andrew Dillon or someone commentating it. But whenever there's an offer coming, the ding 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 ding.
Yes, great.
The NBA style thing, yeah.
Can I request our YouTube live listeners start giving us some questions? What do you want answered here? Because all I can describe this entire
boring as fuck.
thing,
The last 5 minutes we are going to be going bananas, I think.
All right, I got one for you, Scoey.
What is it?
The 31 will be available next year, obviously with JJ being delisted. Would you like any of the current players, Baker, Graham, or Owies, to take the number, or would you prefer a young draft pick to wear it?
I want a rangy backman of some description to have it.
Has anyone
Unfortunately,
played
it's
more
not
games in
Baker
that
Graham or no. Most games by me.
Yep.
Mitch White won a premiership. He won 2 premierships, but one of them was in 31. One of them was in 6, I believe.
Yep.
No, in 12. One in 31, one in 12.
Did he kick the most goals for West Coast in 2007?
Mitch White?
Yep.
In 2007?
Yep.
No.
Who did that? When did he do it?
2007.
He kicked the most goals for West Coast in a
Mitch
year.
was
It was in
playing
a
for
trivia
Geelong.
question.
I've got another one for you.
Okay, thank
you
you.
guys might know about Bo Allen,
yes.
the WA guy that a lot of people have been talking about.
I don't know
Fremantle
anything about
wanting.
him. I
But
will-
now West Coast being in the prime position to take him at pick 12 because
1996.
Fremantle have gotten rid of their pick 11.
Yep.
Any thoughts on Bo Allen?
Do you know anything about Bowen?
No. No, I don't. I think I played on him once, maybe. Where's he from? Claremont?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I played on him maybe once. Can't
Is that
remember.
right?
Yeah.
Did
Mitch White was the leading goal kicker in 1996, not 2007.
Super comment here from
Super
Max.
boy.
Just says, talk about Shea, please.
Okay, yeah, good player.
I think he wins a flag for Freo. I said this on the Shelter Footy Cast earlier today. I think he wins a flag for Freo. I think he's the difference. I think he's the great that I would have paid well overs as they have.
Well, I think he's the star. I think his best is top 5, top 10 player in the comp, and he complements and in a
Top
good
10
team,
player in the comp.
His best is fucking scary. Watch the game against St Kilda this year, Richmond St Kilda. Watch the first half. So good.
Now,
Really?
I've got
Good to
YouTube chats going off because apparently a Barras deal is done.
Done.
Barras deal has been done, but I can't find any details. So if you are...
We'll put it in there on the YouTube chat if it's
put
going
it in,
bananas.
please put it in the YouTube chat of what the deal has been done.
I'm looking on.
Ryan Daniels, apparently.
Per Ryan Daniels. So Tom Barras deal done. He'll get to Hawthorn. Details coming. Jeez, he must have been literally jizzing over sending that.
I just messaged Ryan Daniels about 5 minutes ago. He said, "Sorry, mate, busy." That's all he wrote back.
Well, at least he got some letters out of him. He must have been literally like something's come across the desk.
How would he
I'm
know
texting
that?
Sam Mitchell.
How would he know that so quickly? That's what I want to know. How would Ryan Daniels get that so quickly? Has someone just texting him straight from the inside the war room?
Well, you'd think so. I reckon he's getting some inside information. I'm going to market for inside info here. I'm going to market.
That's crazy, mate. My girlfriend Em literally works at West Coast as the PA to the coach and the general manager. She's not telling me anything.
She's not telling you anything?
No.
I've got another super comment here from Dylan Swinburne. I think obviously Owies should wear it since he was borderline delisted and will spend most of his career in the same boat.
Who's that?
Matty
Give me that again.
So to wear the number 31.
Yeah.
Dylan says, obviously Owies should wear it since he was borderline delisted and will spend most of his career in the same boat.
I don't mind it. I would preference a backman to go into it. Harry Edwards was meant to take 31. I told you about this.
He looks good in the 43.
We had a full-blown D&M over it on the beers. And it was like a proper couple of hours talking
He loves
about
a beer, doesn't he?
what it means to wear the 31. Rang Simo the next morning, saying, mate, I've decided who to give it to. He goes, can't do it. Jermaine Jones has already got it. We've already done it.
Sweet.
You wonder why I can say I hate West Coast. Hey? You wonder why.
Yeah.
Where's me
I
lap?
got no.
Where's me lap? Where's Mountain Hammer's lap? Yep. 19 minutes remaining until the deadline and nothing's been done whatsoever. I hope you're enjoying this live coverage on the Shelter Footy Cast.
Barris, apparently it's been done. We need Stringer done. We need...
We've got Smith,
Bailey Smith,
McRae, Peatling, O'Halloran, Parker, Daniel. I haven't seen anything of North Melbourne. What are the boners doing?
The boners are sleeping.
Have you got any contacts of boners?
No.
What about Uncle James? Uncle James would have someone.
Oh, he'd know. I've got Al Clarkson's number.
Got some more news here.
Can we get Clark on?
Call him.
More news on the YouTube chat here from Mitchell Fryer says Dean Cox has just been traded for Andrew McQualter and is now the Eagles head coach.
That's good. That's good.
I bloody love that. Kane Corns is slamming the GWS playing group as well.
Kane, can we talk about that?
That is okay because we only. I'm still going here.
Okay, we'll just take it.
Where we got told that and then we glossed over it.
Kane Corns has said...
I like a lot of Kane stuff.
I think Kane Corns is excellent. I think the way he delivers
I think he
news,
could be the best in the business. Is that outrageous?
That's not outrageous to say. I really like him. I think he breaks news in a way that's authentic and maybe stirs some reactions.
It's real.
But
it's just real. It's just what he thinks.
Reaction. Yep, I like it.
What he continues to have to say about Mad Monday and footy trips disturbs me to the point where I know for a fact he wasn't on them. And I've heard him say he only went on 3 in his whole career. Played 300 games, he went on 3 footy trips.
I've just been on a footy trip to Thailand with 36 boys and the culture couldn't be better. Culture could not be better. You get a bunch of lads away. We said this, I reckon we said this 4 or 5 times this year during BackChat when West Coast were really shit. They just need to have a lock-in on the piss. Lock in and just have a million beers together.
People think that, when you say that, and I fully get you and I fully support what you're saying, people think, it's classic bloke culture, classic this and that. Yeah, I tell you why it is. Because guys don't bond and connect when they're sober.
Yep, agree. They do, but it takes years.
Yeah, it's not...
It's friendship takes a long time, but you can be best mates with a bloke after one night on the can.
Correct.
Just a couple of things for you. A couple of super comments from Riley. Says, Barris deal done via Ryan Daniels. Sweet, so thank you for letting us know about that. Also, Hayden Dwyer says, West Coast trade their first rounders for Dean Cox. Another super comment. So keep sending them through.
Fox Footy... Deal done. Trade confirmed. Tom Barris traded to Hawthorn. No idea what it is, but apparently it's happened.
Did they say via Ryan Daniels?
Breaking. Tom Barris traded to Hawthorn. No, of course not. This is the other thing. I keep seeing tweets and things. Oh, as I said back in July, or I broke this down back in this and that. There's no crediting of anyone. Mate, there's a picture of TB in a Hawthorn 3AW. Deal done. Tom Barris is a Hawk, and he's in Hawthorn gear. Can we get some photos like this up on our thread, please?
Sure.
Yeah, because there's some Tom Barris in Hawthorn.
Dean Cox in a West Coast shirt.
That looks strange, mate. That looks real strange.
It looks. I like it.
What did you want me to do with Chat GTP?
Oh, Chat GPT. Ask them questions about the trade.
All right.
Just get in there and say, what would it take to get Bailey Smith to Geelong?
Okay.
Ask that to Chat GPT.
A lot of movement in the Geelong room at the moment.
Yeah, heaps.
Things are happening.
What would it take
to get Bailey Smith to Geelong?
Smith traded to Geelong?
Traded to Geelong, question mark. Ask it that. See how smart AI is. See if it can break down the war room. Here we go.
Getting Bailey Smith traded to Geelong would likely involve several key factors.
Yep.
It's given me 6. I'm not going to go through in
Give me the
detail.
top 3.
I'll just give you the.
I'll
give you the names, but it's
Sure.
got like details. Player interest.
Okay.
And Bailey Smith would need to express interest.
He has. Yep, he's done that.
Number 2, club agreement. Both the Western Bulldogs and Geelong would have to agree on a trade.
Chat.
Trade value.
Yep.
The Bulldogs would likely want a substantial return for a player of Smith's calibre.
They would.
Contract status. Smith's current contract situation would play a role. If he's under a long-term deal, the Bulldogs may be less inclined to trade him. Team needs. Geelong's roster needs the future.
So ChatGPT doesn't know what it's fucking doing. AI still has a ways to go. What do we got?
Can I just flag something with you that I think is shit, but it's been tweeted a few times and it's been put in the YouTube comments that apparently Aussies is going to Hawks as a part of the deal. Is that possible?
Oh my God.
Imagine
that. Is that possible?
I've just said, can you give me more trade-specific details on the Bailey Smith deal?
Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious. If Aussies goes to Hawthorn in this deal, unless they get the world, it's the worst. Oh my God.
What?
Like, if that happens...
Geelong might offer a player or two in return. Potential players could include younger talents like Jack Henry or Quinton Narkle.
Quinton Narkle, is he still there?
I don't think so.
Port Adelaide now.
Yeah, he's at Port Adelaide now, I think.
Depending on how the Bulldogs view their needs.
Okay.
Example trade scenario, Bailey Smith.
Yeah, give me an example trade
Geelong's 2024 first-round pick.
Yep.
Jack Henry.
Yep.
Plus the 2025 second-round pick of Geelong. That's what the trade they believe is.
First-round pick and Jack Henry, who's a gun.
Yes, so they want their first, their second, and Jack Henry for Bailey Smith. Yeah.
No, that's too much.
Too much? Is that why it's stalled? Is that why Paul Connors is in there, do you think? This is a hypothetical scenario, but it highlights the kinds of components that would be involved in a trade like this.
First and second round, plus Jack Henry.
I want to see details of the trade that Tom Barrass...
So how much... So there's a bit going around saying Matty Owens is involved in it.
Can't be possible.
I haven't seen that anyway.
It can be possible. He's now on their list.
I can confirm, though, Jacob Constanti will be thrown in as part of the Luke Parker trade. Come on now. I don't want to take the piss out of Luke.
No.
I don't know Luke.
No, we're not taking the piss out of anyone. Jacob Constanti, we're not taking the piss out of you, mate. If you want to go to North Melbourne to extend your career, please do it.
How many games has Jacob Constanti played?
I'll find that out while Dan's on the search for this Matty Owens deal.
Richmond has been... sorry, no, I won't say that.
Jacob Constanti.
Oh, jeez. That's absolutely brutal.
He was picked 20 in the 2022 draft. He has played no games this year.
0 games.
He's played 0 games.
0. A super comment from Jack Cohen says 2 future firsts for Barrass. Boom. Don't know if that's true or not, but it's a super comment. So
No. It can't be. I'm sorry.
2 future
Paul
firsts.
Connors is literally running laps up and down this trade period area. There's a corridor. All I can see is Paul Connors. He's got a pink shirt on. He's running up and down with paperwork. I don't know who's in these hallways. I see a West Coast man. Is that the list manager? Is that Clarkey? Is that Matthew Clark?
I think so.
So that's Clark
It's
speaking with
definitely
Nick
blue and
Geishan.
yellow polo.
That's Clark speaking with Nick Geishan, manager of Tom Barrass. And Paul Connors, I believe, is Nick Geishan's boss at Connors Sports, I believe. And I could be completely wrong there. Brady Rawlings has just come charging through with a smile on his face. The boners are getting involved, Hammer. Brady Rawlings is running through. He absolutely clipped Connors on the way through.
If you are wondering what Sco is watching, a few people have mentioned it on the YouTube. It is literally just the AFL trade video.
Don't go and watch that. I'm just watching that
it's
so I can tell you what's going on. It's complete garbage. I'm just telling you what's going on. Paul Connors, mate, is just up and down like a lunatic. He's pointing at people. He's saying, what's happening here? Mate, there's 11 minutes left. Why is the Bailey Smith or Tom Barrass deal not... We've said he's gone through and done, but why have we not seen it? Someone?
11 minutes to go. Is Jake Stringer out of contract?
Tom Barrass is reportedly a Hawk.
Yeah, Jake Stringer's not in contract.
Jake Stringer is not in contract, and I don't think he's going to get to the Giants. Just so we know, no deals have happened in this trade hour. Have they?
I mean, if the Barrass one happens, that's about it. And Constanti.
Apparently on screen... Tom's manager is talking to...
Yeah, no, we just talked about that. So Nick Geishan was speaking with the West Coast list manager, who was Matthew Clark. North Melbourne are now posturing up. I can tell you that right now. They've brought the entourage down. There's a lot of people in this hallway, Hammer. Have a look.
Holy shit.
Paul Connors is in there. Look, there's people everywhere. They're out of their rooms. There's Matty Bain. He's on the phone.
And what's annoying me is they're walking. There's 10 minutes to go. Run.
Matty Bain's on the phone. So Matty Bain is the manager of Brodie Kemp at Carlton.
He's involved in the deal,
Carlton are now running up and down. Everyone is slapping up managers and list managers. This is what I'm talking about. This is a giant, I don't want to say circle jerk.
Circle J.
I don't want to say circle jerk.
It's an orgy.
I think it's close to it, mate.
It's an orgy.
And everyone just loves talking to each other and telling each other how good they are. Mate, we love your player and we'd love to get him your club. Andrew Mackey's running around. Why are they doing this with 10 minutes remaining? Why are they doing this? Is this so I can sit here and complain about it and be outraged? Is that why?
On YouTube, the Happiness Co. has just copied and pasted a quote from Damien Barrett saying, Bailey Smith will end up at Geelong regardless of what happens in the final 13 minutes tonight. So it's happening.
So they're taking...
That means he'll go to the draft. But he's contracted. No, he's not. He's out of contract.
Why are they rolling out that Tom Barris is a hawk and we...
Yeah, still haven't seen it.
We don't know what the deal is.
So Bailey Smith could go to the draft, actually. He's out of contract. If he gets through to the draft, where would you take him?
I think
so apparently they'll take him in the preseason and he'll put a price on his head and no one else will draft him.
True.
Oh, what was that?
Another super comment here from Meln.
Super comment. Hey, YouTubers,
Barris,
just get involved.
Loosh, the boy to Hawks for Denver Granger.
Oh, for Denver Granger Brass. Yeah, that's a good trade.
Whatever happened to Denver Granger?
He got...
he was a top tenner.
Yeah, was he delisted? I heard that he's going to be a SSP at Carlton.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's going to go train on at Carlton.
Did anyone impress you as a young player in the waffle this
Hamish Davies or Davis.
Is
kid from Claremont. Gun.
Oh, Backman?
Backman then went forward. No, I think he was, I think he's a utility.
Tell you who I ran into the other day.
He kicked 4 in a final as an 18-year-old. In the league grand final.
Oh,
in a league final, kicked 4.
Yeah.
He's very good.
And he's like a bit of a Nick Martin top operator.
Yeah.
Like can sort of go back, forward,
but
gun.
Like, really good. Anyway, keep going.
I ran into Jack Buller. Jack Buller?
Yep, big man went to Sydney.
He went to Sydney. He's
still
got
on
another
Sydney's
year.
list, yep.
He is on Sydney's list. He had bad back problems this year, and
That's what you get for being so tall.
He's had surgery. He's looked after himself, and he's done the business, which is very good.
Super
comment
from Kajil Buffett. Jake Stringer triggered a 1-year extension.
What?
Jake Stringer.
How? How do you trigger it in the off season?
Well, maybe he did this season. Triggered the extension, so he does have one more year left on his deal.
Okay.
There's a lot of people running up and down these corridors. Stephen Silvani, there's 7 minutes and 47 seconds left.
We've got a deal. James Peatling is officially an Adelaide player. Crows give up.
What do they give up? Just before you tell me.
Okay.
James Peatling, I believe, was a mid-season draftee, right? So they is someone that was not drafted. They picked him up mid-season.
It could be
and good player.
I think this is a third-round pick.
You're not going to change the fortunes of Adelaide.
He's actually a good young player, so I would say a second-rounder at most. Most.
So the Crows give up a future second, and GWS hand over Peatling, future third, and future fourth.
That's a fair trade.
Why are they giving up more draft picks than James Peatling?
Because it's just later on down the line.
Well, why don't they just not do that?
I don't know.
Xavier O'Halloran deal is off.
Wow.
Is off. That is deal groundbreaking. Xavier O'Halloran's at GWS.
Yep.
And was at somewhere.
No.
Xavier O'Halloran.
I think he was GWS through and through.
No, I don't believe you.
Where's this boner chat? Can we get some boner activity, please? Get some blood into that thing.
Yes.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
everyone who's on here right now, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube, can you just click the subscribe button? It would really help us.
So easy. How many people are watching?
There's currently
15,000?
1,500 people watching.
15,000 of you watching live.
15 million people. If you could all go hit subscribe. Hit
so
right now.
easy.
It will literally do nothing to your life other than you clicking a button. It'll help us. Go and hit subscribe.
How does it help us?
I don't know. I hear everyone say,
get more money from it or something?
Click that button, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll affect your life at all.
We've got a deal. We've
got a deal.
This was actually some sort of relevance.
Got a deal.
Barris.
The Caleb Daniel deal is done.
The
He's
bonus.
a North Melbourne player.
Yes.
Pick 25 headed to the Dogs.
Shit, yeah, that's good.
So
Caleb Daniel, we've got 2 helmets at the boners. Sherry and Daniel.
Caleb Daniel's going to be a gun for you.
He is so good.
I like him a lot.
We can kick the football. That means the Shees can get in the middle a bit more. Doesn't have to run around.
I've got the details of Tom Barras.
Go for it.
Tom Barras has been traded to Hawthorn in exchange for a future first, a future second, and a future third.
No.
And a future fourth is heading back to the Hawks.
No way.
There you go.
It's done.
What are you kidding me with?
That's what they got for him. A future first, second, and third.
It doesn't seem like a lot.
You've given up pick 3. You've got Matt Owies. You've got Liam Baker.
Hawthorn are going to
really
win the flag
good
next year. So
you've given up Tom Barras for a first, second, and third.
So let's say they finish in the top 4. Let's say can we say they finish 4th?
You're going to get pick 20.
So you're going to get pick.
It'll push back. Camperelli Twins.
16.
Camperelli Twins 2.
Outside 20. You've got pick 32 to 40, and you've got pick 50 to 60. They've done the deal.
And also thanks to Dylan Swinburne for the super comment telling us about the details.
Thanks,
Dylan.
Super boy.
Make sure you subscribe. Thank you, Dylan.
That's bad.
Yeah, but mate, they had to do the deal. They had to go and get the deal done. You can't not do the deal. Hawthorn were going to do for 2 first-rounders.
Keep Tom Barras for a year. And hopefully he loves it and turns it around. That's what happened with...
Another deal. Smith to Geelong is done.
Wow.
Waiting on details.
Wow.
That's come in late.
Luke Parker and Jacob Constanti are boners.
Are they the boys? Yes.
Mate,
I'm going to get a Jacob Constanti jumper.
What is going on? Swans get pick 44. I'm seeing this live as it happens, so it may just be going through. Horst Longmire might be typing this up on a typewriter as we speak.
And all of a sudden, Constanti, my new favourite player at the mighty shin boners.
What number are you going to give him? Like, what number? Are we talking in the 10s, in the teens, in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s? Can we see a 50-er? Can we see
Dan
a 50-er?
Brown was a mighty famous 50.
He was a 50. What number was Constanti last year?
The draft pick?
No, what number did he wear?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll find out.
Thank you. Were you going to give us something else?
I was just going to ask about how this means West Coast gets Chad Warner next year. They don't. Those picks.
They don't. They don't get Chad Warner next year. Well, they have to buy.
He was 18.
18.
Okay. He'll be above that. Over or under. He's not going to get below 18.
No, he goes
the Kangaroos.
He goes above.
Look.
Give him 36. Magic Door's old number.
I thought West Coast were trading back into the top 20 of this draft. I thought there was some sort of late deal going across to do that.
They can't now, can they?
Well, I don't know.
Was Matt Owies included in that? No, he couldn't have been.
I've not seen that again. I think someone's telling Porkies.
Okay, someone's telling Fibs.
Another super comment.
Super
boy
from Hammerlish. Hammer, if you could pick the fellowship and or decide the top 5 to 10 Lord of the Rings draft players, who would they be and why?
Yeah, it's a really good question. With number 1, I'd pick Aragorn every day of the week. Like, he's a fucking weapon. He's from Numenor, so he lives a long time. He's a very good leader. He's my number 1 pick. Number 2, I'm going to pick Gandalf. Lives a long time, is a wizard, has magic, really, really good at what he does, great at his craft, with or without a staff, he's very good. Gandalf the White, I'm going to pick there at number 2. Number 3, I'm going to pick Samwise Gamgee. I think Frodo carried the ring the whole way, but like Sam, here we go.
I've got a deal from Mitch Cleary 38 seconds ago. Jake Stringer has been traded to GWS in exchange for pick 53.
Holy shit 53 for the package.
Wow.
I feel like that's unders.
That's well unders for the package.
We spoke about the package the other day. In a good side.
He's a gun.
Mate, he's the package in a good side.
He's a gun.
When he was a gun, he was in a good side.
Yeah.
The package was the package for the Bulldogs, and he was the package.
He didn't get called the package because he's got a massive penis.
He could.
He could. He
definitely
have
could.
a very well set cock and balls.
But
there you go.
In saying that,
he is
Jake
old. What is he,
Stringer, 30? Bailey Smith, officially a cat. Dogs get pick 17 with a slide of later picks later to go with it. Bailey Smith.
We've got another deal.
Deal, yep.
Is Bailey Smith, have we announced that?
Is that Bailey Smith?
No details confirmed.
Okay. I just told you that. Bailey Smith, pick 17, confirmed.
Okay. Jack McRae is traded to St Kilda.
I can only assume this is Sam Mitchell ringing me right now. Hello? You want to up my insurance? No, not today. Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.
Is that an insurance broker?
I don't know.
Someone has tweeted that Clayton Oliver's manager has entered the Geelong room.
Holy
no
shit.
fucking way.
We've got a minute to go. Imagine that on the death knell.
A minute 13. You're kidding me.
That's crazy.
Just reading tweets, bro.
So McRae is what?
Saint. He's a saint.
For what?
He's a saint for pick.
Do you have details?
Pick 45.
Pick 45.
So you're telling me Bailey Smith's worth pick 17, but Rioli's worth pick 6 and 23?
That's apparently correct.
Bailey Smith is a gun.
That is correct.
Took them basically all with him and just Bont. Took them to a grand final.
I mean, what the fuck happened here? With 5 minutes remaining,
all
they've
of a
just
sudden
put them
it's just gone
through.
bang.
Like, please, and spare me. Like, absolutely. Well, I'm happy Bailey Smith got there.
Is anyone else big going to go through in the next? We got
Mate, Clayton Oliver.
3, 2, 1. Trade's done.
One last thing on a
Trade
tweet
period,
from
4:30.
Ryan Daniels around the picks that
Yep.
Eagles will get in the future. They will be the Hawks picks, not Carlton's picks.
Yeah, okay, so they had to choose between a future first of Carlton or Hawthorn, so they're going to get Hawthorn. So they think Carlton's going to go better.
Wow. Well, that's trade period done.
I mean, that was like sort of exciting, I feel.
Last 5 minutes, we probably didn't need to be here until.
That was fun.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
No,
Well, we got to speak to Masto and Eddie
Yeah, we
and
spoke to a few of the lads.
Dan Bradshaw. Like, it was
Yeah.
good fun. So what
All
got
right,
done
West
in
Coast
the
is
end
said. West Coast's all said and done. The last 10 days for the mighty West Coast Eagles. Give me your immediate reaction.
there? Now the deal's done.
Because my immediate reaction is they have just crucified it.
Do you want me to tell you exactly what I think? Like,
I'd
rather than
love it.
just the normal media bullshit that we like hide
Yep.
behind usually.
Please,
Like
mate.
this and that. Getting closer to the trade deadline, I thought my mate Tom Barras wasn't going to get to Hawthorn, which is where he wanted to go. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to start saying, get it done.
Yeah.
Hopefully that has any sort of minor influence on the world,
Yeah.
which it wouldn't have, no doubt.
No question.
I think West Coast have had a terrible trade period.
Yeah,
I don't think it's been very good.
it's been horrific. Like, horrific. So, Matty,
Mate, I spoke to West Coast fans all night last night on radio, and they fucking loved it. They've loved it. Loved the trades.
Matt Owies was getting delisted.
Yeah.
No one was going to pick him up.
And we love Matt Owies.
We do love Matt Owies.
Nothing to
And
do
I-
with Matt Owies. Just,
Well, and I'll tell you another thing about Matt Owies. He'll play. He's better than he's in our best 22 because
Yep.
West Coast aren't very good.
Yep.
But you could have got him for nothing in the draft. Yep. Liam Baker, he's not worth pick 14. Bailey Smith's going to Geelong for pick 16. He's better than Liam Baker.
Liam Baker, good player.
Liam Baker, very good player, but like Bailey Smith is better.
Couple
And
of super comments for you.
hit me
if
with
you
some
don't
super
mind.
comments.
We got someone from Dilmaz says, Big Scoey, what's more shit? Adam Simpson's droppings or Adam Simpson's droppings?
That makes.
Okay. I'm just reading out.
Oh, as in like his shit or his dropping of players.
So he's shit or he's dropping. What's worse or what's better?
What's more shit?
His droppings were pretty bad, like dropping of players.
You saw his dog's droppings.
Yeah, well, it's,
Look, I didn't like getting dropped. I
Neither
got to
did
be
I.
honest.
Well, I only played once, got dropped once. Came up. So my role
one from one.
One from one. My role that game was I literally got told by him to my face, I want you to go as a half forward, never played half forward, always a midfielder, go up to the stoppage, and as soon as the ball gets thrown up, turn around and run away.
Yeah.
Run back to goals. Oh, mate, can I stay at the stoppage for a bit? No, run away.
Yeah, like it.
And then that next day, on 40% game time in a COVID-restricted game, so I played like 30 minutes.
Long story
Came to
cut
me the
short.
next
he
day
got
and said,
sacked.
mate, you didn't give me enough.
Long story cut short, he got sacked.
I've got another super comment from Kiel. It says, as an
Super
EFC
comment.
member, I am happy Stringer is gone.
Essendon Football
Football
Club,
Club
member. Thanks for joining us, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. We got any internationals today?
I would.
Someone did say hello from Bali.
I would agree with that. Matt Kennedy has been traded to the Bulldogs.
Matt Kennedy
Late.
from Carlton to go.
Matt Kennedy late after being stuffed around something chronic in that elimination final. Remember, late, flown up late, put on the ground, subbed out in the first quarter because of getting their ass handed to him in the midfield. Matt Kennedy gets traded off. He's out the door, goes to the Bulldogs very late.
Wow, there you go.
Wowee.
Got some more news for you from Ryan Daniels.
Yes.
49 seconds ago. Devon Robertson will remain with Brisbane.
Well, yeah, that's.
Wow.
I just can't believe Jacob Costante's a Roo.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about that.
What sort of players, Jacob?
He's a
do we
small,
think?
medium. He's a mid-sized forward. He's like 180 centimetres, maybe 179. Little whippet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's a big guy.
No, he's not.
Who's the-
That's Justin Kazitsky.
No, what about Jacob Kazitsky? Isn't there a Jacob Kazitsky? Plays for Hawthorn.
Is it Justin's nephew?
Isn't there a Jacob Kazitsky?
I think Justin's got a kid.
There's a someone Kazitsky.
Um,
All right.
We've got a
ladies-
hello from Pakistan.
Hello
That's
from
good.
Pakistan.
Great, Abby.
Babu.
Yeah,
Hello.
Babu.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to go get some fish and chips.
we are done here on the Shelter Footy Cast live trade period. I hope you had as much fun as we did. In fact, I hope you had more.
I hope
No.
you had one. No, we had fun.
I
We
actually
had a
had
great
fun.
time.
It was
Yeah,
good.
we had a good time.
Mate, you're off to Japan tomorrow morning?
I am. 1 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'm off to Cairns. I will be with new Hawk Tom Barras within the next 12 hours.
Wow, well done.
I'll
I'm
send
going
us
to be
all a
hopefully
picture.
with Tamagotchi in the next 48
Are
hours.
you going to try and hunt him down?
I'm going to try and hunt Kazuyuki down.
Will Schofield, Daniel Const, Hamish Brayshaw, Jaiden Ellis saying goodbye. Hope you've had fun. And go the boners.
Yeah, go the boners.
Bye-bye.